Welcome YouTube. My name is Juice.
And I'm Antoine Miller.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Sel.
Now, I'm gonna ask these gentlemen a quick question. Would you ever date a single mom? If you would, tell me why. If you wouldn't, why not? Who want to go first?
Who you want to go first?
I'll let Sel go first.
All right. The quick answer is no, and there's a couple reasons. Top of mind reason is I'm a responsible person in general, so I feel like if I get with a single mom, then her kids are my responsibility, and I really don't want that responsibility.
Mm.
I want to be responsible for my own kids. Selfishly, if you look at it that way, my own kids that I bring into this world, not someone else's kids. Especially if I'm a single guy looking for a partner. If that's the case, I feel like there's, I mean, not I feel, but there are millions of women on this world. There's a lot of free ones, a lot of single ones with no kids. I think that's the easier route to take, and then from there you can build up with that woman and build your own family. I guess I don't really have an interest. The guys that do it, I think they're great, but that's never been my desire. I've always wanted to have my own kids, so I think it's really a large responsibility, especially if that kid is like older. I will say if the kid is younger, 1, 2, 3 type thing, I might consider it for the right woman.
Mm.
But anything past that is like this kid is already kind of established their own life. They already know what's going on. They know I'm not their dad type thing. But in a special case, I might consider a really young kid. You know, I think at that point they would look at me as dad, and that would be a different situation. It'd be a different situation.
Antoine DeMella?
So, so my response is also no. And it's all about resource. Resource is very scarce. And if I can't have kids, then I want to put my resource into my own bloodline, into my own legacy. Now, if I cannot have kids, I'm going to find the nearest relative who could have kids and put my resource into that. But because it's all about maintaining that resource into your bloodline. And it's, for me, it's that simple.
Now, what if you date this lady and
I
you
can
get along
find
with the
I
child?
can find a single one just like her. I already know where you're going with it.
No, I'm just saying though. But if y'all find a lady that have the same mindset you have, and you have a kid with her, are you not still building your own legacy?
Yeah, we said we have a kid with her. Our
Yeah,
kids.
eventually. I mean, if you like her, eventually you'll have a kid with her.
Oh, you're saying on top of the kid she already has?
Yes, I'm just saying. She just had one kid,
Yeah.
but you like her. But you say if she had one kid around the ages 1 or 2 years old, I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I would want to date a lady who got a 1 year old. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. That's a lot of sleep I'm losing. But let's just say if she had one kid under 5, and she aligns with you or what you're saying, but she just had that one caveat. It's just that kid. Would you still wouldn't consider Antoine DeMella?
So I'll answer that question this way. You're a 5-year-old kid. You've got a stepfather, your mom, and your stepfather married. They have a kid. That stepfather, without knowing it, unconsciously, is going to start favoring his own kid over you.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to wills, when it comes to inheritance, it's not going to be you as that 5-year-old over his own kid. You're gonna come second. You're going, if they have more kids, you're gonna keep moving down the line, and you're gonna start getting resentment towards them, either towards the stepfather or towards your half siblings, and even towards your mother for not putting a stop to it or not protecting you from it. So it goes both ways. It's one hand, that stepfather, or that, you know, as a father, you're going to protect your own bloodline. You're going to choose to build your own bloodline over someone else's bloodline and their legacy. And from the kid's perspective, it's watching everyone else climb that ladder of more important than you. And it's not being done intentionally. It's just that man is going to revert to, hey, this is my legacy. I want good things for it. Resources are scarce. So if I have to make a tough decision, I'm going with what's mine. And if there's anything else left over, that can go towards the individual.
One point looking at those lines, I think it's just the natural nature of the male species, because when a male lion takes over a pride, the first thing he does is kill those male cubs and gets wiped out that bloodline and builds his own. So I think naturally it's, of course, for human, but I think naturally that's how it goes.
Yeah, and like I said, he's not doing it intentionally.
But like I say,
he might not be aware he's doing it.
But that, I think the kid will only notice that unless you blatantly doing it. But in that, whatever you do in the wheel behind curtain closed doors, they wouldn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Only way
that's not true though. But that's not true. You could notice it. You're gonna notice if you're that kid, you will notice it. You will notice the shift in the treatment.
So wait. It's not like you would treat the other kid. Well, I'm gonna say this way. Now, I'll give you credit if you're saying that if you have a kid, 2 kids that's 1 year apart. I could see the difference when it comes to when the kid get around high school, you buy one a car, you say, hey, this is your car, y'all share it and stuff like that. But if it's like a 5-year difference, I don't think it'll be that blatantly obvious unless you make it obvious.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? In the day,
hold on. In high school, the stepkid is in high school, right? Nothing happens. He doesn't get a car. He's told you got to get a job, right? Now he is, let's say, 21, 22 years old, and he's putting himself through or herself through college. Now his younger half siblings are coming up, and they do get a car. They get the college taken care of. You're telling me he's not going to look back and say, huh.
All right. I can answer that. 2 things. One could be, depends on financially where y'all at, that you weren't able to. Number 2, we still got to count the fact that we still don't know. The question that you would need to ask is that father present or not present? Because he's present, then, and he's active.
Father?
Talking about the stepkid, your stepkid father. I mean, yeah, your stepkid father. If he's present and active, then that's weights off your shoulder. But he's not active at all and not present. I guarantee the mom will try something or do something to help whatever she can within means. And I believe that the father would do that too within means. It don't matter if it's a $2,000 car. It is what it is.
Yeah, but he's not. Let's say he does get a car. She does get a car. It's not, the stepfather is not gonna buy someone else's bloodline a better car than he would his own kids.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yes, I can agree with that.
But when you are a young adult or a child, you're not seeing it that way. Even if you're 21, 22, you're not seeing it that way, especially if you grew up with that stepfather from 1 year old or up. You're still going to look back and say, I guess there was a line. I may not have seen that line growing up, but now that I'm older, I am seeing the difference.
But what if
he may not say nothing, or she may not say nothing, but it's going to be in their mind.
But what if you grown to love the child as your own and still do for the child?
You're still not going to give
Oh
that
yeah, I
child
agree.
over yours.
I
Yeah.
can agree with that. I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah. And you got to remember, when people grow up a certain way, if they're spoiled, they're going to see the difference. You know, even if it's a well-off family, right? There's still
But
going to be a level of difference between the stepchild and the actual child.
but I go back to my
Wait,
comment. What I was saying that I'm
before
sorry.
you
Go,
before y'all get back into it, I think you should give the audience your opinion on the matter. We gave ours, but you haven't yet. I think
okay,
that
you're
they
right.
know,
You're right.
but let's tell us why.
Well, I
You
would
know,
date
he's
a.
we love the world, so it's going to be that answer.
He's what?
We love the world. How he said. I'm gonna say this. I would date a single mom if we can align. If we can align, but the questions I still have to ask, like I said before, is if the mom, before I even step head first in, the question I have to ask is, am I able to give the kid structure? Am I able to discipline the kid? And like I said, how is the father present? Is he active? How active is he? And I also will try to build a relationship with him to let him know we all on the same page. That's what I would like to know before I go any farther than that.
So that's a good bit of question. So what if one of those answers is not what you're looking for? Is it over? It ain't happening.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
1 out
It
of the
ain't happening.
10.
Like, for example, if she say that I can't give that kid structure or discipline that kid, nah, because the kid can take my resources, but I can't discipline the kid or give the kid structure. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. That's one red flag. I gotta go. Number two, another thing when it comes to deal with single mom is if she's still messing with the guy and he's mad at me because that was his little cat in the hat, then nah, I can't mess with that because that guy still got feelings for you. So now he mad at me. Man, all I'm trying to do is help him with his son, help the situation. Another thing that I will have to look down upon is I will watch how he's treating him, because the way she's treating him is the same way that she most likely treat me the same way too if I had a kid by her.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, if me and him can get along, which, like I said, I have no beef with him, but if he had beef with me, then that can't become a problem. Because another thing is some women like to use their kids to control, and I like to see if she's trying to manipulate that man or vice versa.
What if the dad's not in the kid's life?
If it's not in the kid's life, then that means I'm gonna have to be the role model, and
So
go back to the whole part of structuring and discipline. And like I said, sometimes when you're dealing with single moms or even single dads, it's like my kid coming from anybody. If she got that type of mindset, I can't work with that neither. So there's a couple of red flags that I'll ask a question about and see to it. And then even though she might give the answers that I want to hear, if she putting up a front, I will see it.
Mm.
And then on top of that, I would like to develop a relationship with that kid. I would treat that kid as my own. But like I say, if I have another kid, I'm not gonna treat that kid I'm not gonna treat that kid bad at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But there will come a point in time where it depends on how the kid is raised, depends on what age you catch it at. Like, if you catch him between younger than 5, then that kid gonna grow up to respect you. Now, if you catch that kid like midway, like 7 and 8, come around and say you ain't my dad and stuff like that, we gotta put a handle on that. Yeah, we gotta put a handle on that. we gotta put a handle on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you ain't my daddy. You can't tell me nothing.
Exactly. Be like, your dad ain't here, so obviously he ain't like your ass neither.
He gonna be like, I'm gonna see him next weekend.
But one thing I gotta put the foundation in, even with her, is to tell her that me and you come first. If me and you come first, then that child is gonna be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Because just the simple fact that by me and her being a great partner and being the head of the household, I'm gonna look out for that kid as is my own. And don't get me wrong, it takes a special person to do some type of like stuff like that. But in today's back then I would have did that. In today's world, man, that'd be a real tough pill to swallow. And I think go one kid. I don't know if I could do two, unless she's really, really aligned. But I know I can do no more than two.
What's the major difference between back then? And when you say back then, how long ago are you talking about?
I'm talking about maybe when I was young, 20s, 30s, stuff like that. The mindset back then was different. You know, looking at single moms wasn't bad as it is right now. Because now single moms these days, like dating their kids, treating their kids like if they're a male, treat them like they're their boyfriend. If they're a female, raising them to be something that
they son husband.
Yeah, and yeah. Like I say, it really depends on the age. Because like I said, I have dated a single mom before, and I just observed and watched the situation. And I told her, like, hey man, we got to change. If you're gonna go farther with this, here are the things that need to be changed. And I told her, I laid it down, and she was going along with it. She was agreeing with it. But I told her, hey, if I'm gonna push this, you got to push it too. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want it to seem like it's always coming from me, because then that would develop a hatred towards me because I'm making change in the household different from what they used to. Exactly. So those are things that you got to kind of look out for and watch out for and stuff like that. And like I say, sit down, talk to the kids. Especially if you uproot them from where they at and move them somewhere else, you got to have a conversation with them. You know, you can't keep them all in the dark. You know, just have simple conversations with them. So that's what I would do.
I get it
and stuff. But like I say, not all women can get that. It's like I said, you got to be on the same mindset, and those are tough questions that need to be asked.
So now let me ask you this question.
Question asking, you could have been finding 2, 3, 4 other women.
You could be right. You know what? I would say this though. In the process of when I was dating, doing that stuff, I definitely found it harder to date a single mom with 1 kid, and it was easier to find dating a single mom with 2 kids. The single mom with 2 kids found time to hang out with you and spend time with you. The girls that had 1 kid, they don't know how to manage their damn time. Well, until next time, like and subscribe. Chat with you later. Peace.